Yeah!
Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Hey everyone, blasting out of the bunker this week. It is John on the Prepared Mind channel. 0 Dark 30, and we're off. Oh, we're getting an interesting look at how things are developing this week. Yes, it's not getting better. No, it's not gonna get better. We're gonna get more SHTF, shit hitting the fan, to those in the know, those who have been paying attention. That is to say, you guys, loyal subscribers to the channel, to the program. Folks, it's been a long time coming. You know, we've been broadcasting since late 2013, talking about what was coming, what would be coming, and it has gotten here. And there is no rest, folks. As the saying goes, no rest for the wicked. And that being the case, it equally applies to the virtuous. We get no rest either, because the wicked are upon us. They're upon us, folks, and they're causing nothing but mayhem, havoc, pain, destruction, and suffering. Are you prepared? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and do you have your plan? Now, let's talk about what's going on. I titled this one Cold War, right? It's an SHTF, but it's going to be a Cold War. Not just cold. I'm talking cold, as in freezing ass, biting ass cold. Let's talk about our future coming up this winter. Right? As the expression goes, it's better to be a couple of days, a year too early than a day too late, a minute too late. When it's too late, that means it's too late. Nothing else can be done. What I'm talking about, folks, is this all-encompassing SHTF scenario that's unfolding right now. I mean, we've had the pandemic. We've had the Jim Jones juice. We've had war started with Ukraine, Russia, NATO. We've had all these things developing. In the background, though, for years we've complained about it. For years we've watched it occur and develop. An energy shortage. I wish I had the money I could have put into developing energy years ago, but it would have been stopped. It would have been stopped anyways. I mean, literally, look what Biden has done to America's need, or rather, demand for oil. Well, the demand is real, and he stopped delivering. He stopped the Keystone Pipeline. There was no war going on when that was done. No, he just said, screw it. Let's kill the Keystone Pipeline. Fuck America. Screw you. Where is this going, folks? Where is it going indeed? Wow, you like your satire? I do too. I lay it on thick, right? That's the best kind of stuff. Good golly. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening. This winter is going to get cold, folks. They're already feeling it in Europe, right? In fact, California, over the weekend, Labor Day weekend, had rolling blackouts, especially up in the Bay Area. That's the San Francisco Bay Area. Well, they tell everyone, you better buy an EV, an electric vehicle, an electric car. You got to buy one of those. Why? Well, it's so much cheaper to run, so much more efficient than a gasoline or diesel-powered vehicle. Well, folks, before the EV rage started, they were having electrical problems in California, overburdening the power lines, infrastructure, and causing forest fires that incinerated cities and people's lives. Well, those problems never got fixed. In fact, they've only exacerbated. Like the demand for electricity, which requires, folks, power. And since nuclear is so awful, that leaves coal, natural gas, things that create carbon. So these people are all over it. Europe, folks, is giving us a taste. It's letting us know in America where things are heading. Right? We were promised a long winter by Biden. Well, we're going to get cold, folks. This is how this is going. They created this energy shortage. They, meaning the politicians, not you and I. We said, hey, give us power, give us electricity, make our world a better place, right? So we can work hard, pay our taxes, and live a decent life. That's not what we're getting from these politicians, folks. They cut the power in Europe. And then they started a war with Russia, using Ukraine as the proxy. And Ukraine is the prize also. Ukraine is the prize, and the people of Ukraine are the proxy warriors being sacrificed so that the stupid uber rich can have their way. And this is what happened over the weekend. I know it took a long time to get here, right? They're continuing to say electric vehicles, electric vehicles, electric vehicles. They're continuing to say carbon bad, carbon bad. Well, Putin has now cut Nord Stream 1, the pipeline that delivers natural gas to Europe, right? Their most valuable, lower carbon output energy. And Russia has said no more. They cut it off indefinitely, folks, meaning it's done. And Putin said, not until you lift the sanctions on Russia will you get, right, another cubic foot of natural gas. Is this a bluff? Putin has been saying there's consequences. There will be consequences for the actions taken by NATO and NATO members for trying to put the hurt on Russia. Now, have they put the hurt on Russia? Well, I'm sure it's hurt a little bit. I don't know how it can't. At the same time, folks, Russia, right, has done pretty well making deals with everyone else to sell its energy. And then, folks, Americans, the Europeans have said, that's it. See, Russia is using energy as a weapon. How evil. They've weaponized energy. They've weaponized gas. They've weaponized our ability to heat our homes, to power our vehicles, to power our manufacturing plants. Yeah, you bet your ass they weaponized it, and Putin's even admitted it. He didn't, I don't know if he called it weaponized, but yeah, he's like, that's it. We're punishing you, Europe. We're punishing you, America. We're punishing everybody who is not friendly to Russia. And folks, why should Russia be nice to everyone? Why should Russia? Now look at the US dollar. Putin will be the first to say it. The dollar is weaponized, right? The SWIFT system, the payment system that allows countries to do business with one another, has been weaponized. The sanctions against Russia hurt Russia. So Russia says, okay, it is now time for a Cold War. We will hurt you back. No more gas. Europe has failed, folks. Building windmills and putting up solar panels is not enough to run an industrialized first world nation with an insatiable appetite, right, for a decent standard of living. Now, isn't that funny using a word like insatiable to describe normal? Well, that's been the norm, is living well. And no one wants to give it up. Insatiable? Sure. It never ends, in other words. This appetite for energy never ends because it is consumed. It is a consumable. That makes Europeans a consumer. Like it or not. Same with America. Like it or not. Consumers of energy. And they can't give it up. Folks, unless you want to go back to the Stone Age, carts and horses, then we have to play this game. And it is a nasty game. Now, is this a war with missiles and nuclear weapons? Is this a war with people on the field of battle dying on a daily basis all around the world? The answer is no, it's not. It's a Cold War, meaning it's a standoff, meaning everyone pays, everyone suffers, but we don't have blood splattered everywhere, just in certain parts of the world, right? Because we can't handle that. No, we need to play this other game, this other battle, this other war. All it's being fought, folks. It's being played. It's a Cold War in Europe. And they know this winter it's going to get very cold. They're already chopping firewood because they can't get enough energy. Where do you think this leads? This leads to America. You and I. We're already seeing problems in California and other major cities. Power outages, rolling blackouts. Biden cuts our Keystone pipeline. Can't blame that on Putin. Oh, but he'll try. I'm sure he'll try. Oh, it's Russia, Russia, Russia. Trump did this. Bullshit. But the fact of the matter remains, right? The consequences of bad decisions, the consequences of this war are going to come home to roost. Not just energy problems, but food problems. They're coming. They're already here. Inflation is here. Massive inflation is chewing away at our disposable income as lower and middle income Americans. Massive inflations, folks. Massive inflation is just chomping away. And not just our disposable income, our fund money, but all of our money, right? The ability to pay bills, to feed ourselves, to clothe our children, and to heat our homes. Heat our homes, folks. Cold. People are going to start freezing and dying. And they're going to blame Putin. They're going to even blame Trump, folks. It's obvious who started this. It's obvious. But that doesn't mean, folks, we're going to get solutions. They want this war. They want the cold. They want people to suffer. They do. They truly do. If they didn't, they wouldn't be doing this. There are far better ways, right, to conduct an economic war. You do it with productivity. Productivity wins an economic war. Sanctioning and trying to strangle the enemy, we're seeing how that works. They're strangling themselves because of all of their insane, lunatic, liberal, neo-fascist, socialist, Democrat programs. Their climate change crap. I hope you're prepared. I hope you have fully prepared, folks. Because it's coming. It's going to get far, far colder. For us here, it's still summer. We're dealing with heat waves, and here I am talking about cold. That means it's coming. See, this is what happens. You prepare for winter in the summer, and you make plans for the summer in the winter. The winter is coming. Summer is upon us, and it's going to get really, really nasty. It really is, folks. It brings me no joy to discuss this. But you've got to get active. You've got to get prepped. You need to wake people up. You need to get a hold of your politicians and say, enough of this shit. We've got a huge election coming. And that will help Americans and help America wake up. Wake up, America. You better get prepared. These idiots have started a war. An SHTF all out, all-encompassing Cold War. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Godspeed. Semper Fi.